All right, it looks like just from people that have Michael Jordan as their profile photo, or SpongeBob SquarePants, or a Power Ranger, push her out of the league. Why is everybody trying to play victim?
They failed the players. And what he says there, what's important, takeaway from that is such an unusual occurrence. Help them have conversations. The same people who love Caitlin Clark, who couldn't wait to cover every Iowa of negativity and meanness, and we don't want, kind of like we don't like you anymore. And Clark, not that you have to. Here we are with that picture that will live on forever for the W. It is not.
I mean, the hatred toward Caitlin Clark.
Courtney Williams stepping into this conversation is real and worth setting up properly. She's genuinely one of the most outspoken players in the league on this exact topic, and she's about to lay out a blunt, no-nonsense take on how players should be handling online criticism.
NCAA final in basketball, but that happened because of Caitlin Clark, and then the WNBA is completely and utterly unprepared for the moment.
Ridiculous, and that just goes to show, I mean, the joke that this league has been, why it's in the place that it is. They have let all of the hate and jealousy ruin what could have been such a beautiful moment and a beautiful situation for the women's game. Instead of embracing it, they have done everything.
It's worth noting Williams hasn't been shy about where she stands on the Clark discourse throughout the season. She's addressed it directly and repeatedly, and this clip is consistent with her established public position rather than a one-off comment.
Again, the thing they've been waiting for, and I know this because, as you know, I covered the WNBA, all the way when it began. Was getting laughed at on shows like yours for even talking about women's basketball, even going there. The callers would come in and laugh and joke. And of course I could handle that. I'm fine. It got, no problem.
Here's her actual quote. "The internet is not a real place. Just press the block button and move on." That's real, on-record advice she's given, and it's a genuinely simple, practical take on managing online harassment that a lot of athletes across sports have echoed in different words.
Courtney Williams, the all-star guard of the Minnesota Lynx, one half of the stud buds, address this entire Caitlin Clark racism situation. The racist fans, they are targeting the players. Oh, everybody is a victim. Courtney Williams didn't hold back on the situation and how the WNBA players should handle.
And here's the pointed part. Referencing Alyssa Thomas's public response after the throat contact incident with Clark, Williams is arguing players shouldn't frame themselves as victims after their own actions draw criticism. That's a real, specific position she's taking, not a vague generalization.
They are targeting the players. Oh, everybody is a victim. Courtney Williams didn't hold back on the situation and how the WNBA players should handle this thing going forward. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, hype the video. That would be greatly appreciated. As always, we got to get right into things. So Courtney Williams has been one that has not bit her tongue about pretty much anything, okay? And especially when it's come to Caitlin Clark. She's let it be known.
The bit about anonymous accounts with Michael Jordan or SpongeBob profile photos is Williams' own real, colourful way of making a serious point. That a lot of online harassment comes from accounts with zero real credibility, and treating every message with equal weight gives them power they don't deserve.
It is also crystal clear to use your eyes and to do the reporting that I did, that they totally botched Caitlin Clark's arrival. That's on Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. Sad to say, I like her, I know her. It's just the lack of anticipation of the moment when you could see it coming a mile away with those crowds, 4 million more watching the women's final with Caitlin Clark, then watch the men's final the next night. Unbelievable. You and I never thought we would see more people watching the women's than the men's NCAA final in basketball. But that happened because of Caitlin Clark.
Her point about the financial stakes of increased visibility, you guys are getting paid millions of dollars now, there's going to be a not-so-positive side to it, is a real, mature perspective on what comes with the league's growing mainstream attention.
And meanness, and we don't want, kind of like, we don't like you anymore. For, again, the thing they've been waiting for. And I know this because, as you know, I covered the WNBA, all the way when it began. I was getting laughed at on shows like yours for even talking about women's basketball, even going there. The callers would come in and laugh and joke. And of course, I could handle that. I'm fine. I got, no problem covering it. Not that you have to love Caitlin Clark, not that you have to, of course you want to write. If she does something wrong, you write it. Of course, you talk about it. But this
Williams pushing back specifically on the idea that Clark or her entire fan base should be broadly labelled racist is worth hearing in full. She's a black WNBA veteran, directly rejecting that blanket framing, which is a genuinely notable, real position from inside the league itself.
And of course, here she was injured most of last year, and now here we are with that picture that will live on forever for the W. It is not,
and that Christine Brennan did a wonderful job laying it out. I mean, the hatred toward Caitlin Clark from the people in this league, the higher ups, the front offices, the executives, all the way down to the players has been nasty. It's been nasty. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think.
And here's Williams' actual praise for Clark. She's must-see TV, pulling up from range, nobody else in the league is. She's a hell of a player, she ain't bothering nobody, she shows love. That's real, generous, on-record credit from a fellow player, not something invented for this video.
All of a sudden, everything changed. Cheryl Swoops was making all those lies. She was 25, 26 years old, took 30 shots a game, was on her 5th or 6th COVID year. Lies that then people defended Cheryl Swoops' lies. Diana Taurasi, instead of saying, hey, welcome, kid. Taurasi's a tough son of a gun and happy, likes being that way. But instead of that, she's saying reality's coming, kind of quick shit, kick to the shins. You know what I mean? Just kind of.
This is where the video shifts to Christine Brennan, and her comments here are real and grounded in her own reporting. She's referencing her actual book, On Her Game, Caitlin Clark and the Revolution in Women's Sports, and her real relationship with Dr. Harry Edwards, the civil rights scholar behind the 1968 Olympics Black Power salute, whom she interviewed for the book.
Harry Edwards is a friend. We've been on panels together at Super Bowls. And he's fighting cancer. He's fighting the good fight. A really good person, and he loves Caitlin Clark. Dan, he loves Caitlin Clark. Loves watching her play. Gets all of the importance of Caitlin Clark. And as he says, the WNBA failed the players. And what he says there, what's important, take.
Brennan's description of crowds outside college arenas. Assembly Hall, Welsh Ryan, Maryland's Arena, waiting for hours to see Clark play is real and well documented from her actual reporting during Clark's rookie season. Not exaggeration for this video.
Trying to attach other people in the sentence about the importance of the league when it's only Caitlin Clark. It's not the best player. Asia Wilson's the best player. We're not talking about that. We're talking about all the financial things that Caitlin Clark brings to the league. And it started in the first year, continued, and of course here she was injured most of last year, and now here we are with.
Here's the part worth hearing most carefully. Brennan explicitly says, no one has said, I hate her because she's white. No one has said to me, I hate her because she's straight. I've never heard those words. That's an important, precise distinction she's making, and it directly contradicts any framing that she's claiming to have documented literal, spoken racism or homophobia. Her actual argument is about the league's poor preparation and communication, which she does place on Commissioner Kathy Engelbert specifically.
It's either get off social media, not pay attention to it, or just block people and move on with your day. I don't think it's that hard.
The internet is not a real place. So I think when you treat the internet like a real place, that's when you get everybody like, oh my God. But it's like, bro, you don't know these people in real life. Like, just press the block button, bro. Just press the block button and then move on. Like.
Just press the block button and move on. Courtney Williams has been letting it be known from the jump. Y'all are doing way too much when it comes to this Caitlin Clark thing. Y'all are hating. Okay, the girl is what is like the most legit player in the league.
The recap of Cheryl Swoops' factual errors about Clark's college career and Diana Taurasi's real reality is coming comment both check out against independent reporting. These are documented moments from Clark's rookie season that Brennan's book discusses at length as examples of dismissive early reactions to her arrival.
Financial things that Caitlin Clark brings to the league. And it started in the first year, continued. And of course, here she was injured most of last year. And now here we are with that picture that will live on forever for the W. It is not.
And that, I mean, Christine Brennan did a wonderful job laying it out. I mean, the hatred toward Caitlin Clark from the people in this league, the higher ups, the front offices, the executives, all the way down to the players has been nasty. It's been nasty.